into third gear. Let's go. Oh yeah. Woo! Yeah! So you want to tune your car and get a little extra horsepower, huh? Beat your friend in his little Civic SI, huh? let me tell you how to do it. So what you need is two things essentially, and you can do this with any car as long as you have these two things. The first thing being is you need some kind of piggyback system or something that can communicate with your car's ECU and be able to data log, and that's to record the engine parameters. The second thing being is you need a tuner who's comfortable with e-tuning. A lot of tuners don't want to touch the car as long as it's actually physically in front of them. And also the tuner needs to be able to tune for your specific system. So in my case, I had a Subaru WRX with a Accessport, and I used Torque Performance who tunes for Accessports. Let's go over the process of e-tuning now. So once you found your e-tuner and you sent over the Skrilla, so once he's received payment, he'll send you back a baseline map just to see where the car sits and how to proceed. So you upload your map into your Cobb Accessport and put it onto the car. You go out and you data log. He'll tell you exactly what parameters you gotta record for, so no worries there. So my specific tuner actually asks for two sets of data logs. The first one being a third gear pull from 2500 RPM all the way to a red line. Just boom, mat it to the floor right away, no hesitation, just 2500 RPM, boom. Now the second data log is just 15 minutes of casual city driving. Once you got your data logs, you come back, upload them to your PC using the Accessport software, and you email it back to the tuner. He makes a revision, he sends it back to you, and you do the whole process over again. Now depending on the car and how it likes the adjustments, you may be done in maybe 3 or 4 times. My specific car took about 6 or 7 revisions, so it varies. So I thought I'd give you some of my thoughts on the tune. So prior to this, I was actually running the Stage 2 off-the-shelf map from Cobb, and the problem with the off-the-shelf maps is that it's very vague tune. It's meant for a whole variety of cars, meant to be safe, that anybody can run. Now this tune is tailored specifically for your car, so of course it runs a lot better. I found that it got rid of a lot of my runnability issues, mainly with my engine idle. It was much more smoother, and my power delivery was a lot smoother. I get these like weird like hiccups every once in a while, kind of like hesitations. Just way cleaner, ran a lot better. My car didn't pull any kind of timing after. It's just good. So I got a little side by side of before and after my e-tune. There's not much difference there, but I found that it was a little bit faster. So how does e-tuning compare to dyno tuning? Well, I like the fact that you're being tuned for the actual road where the car is going to actually drive. In my mind it just seems better, but I don't have any evidence to support that, so take it as you will. But the biggest plus for me was the convenience of it all. I've had to dyno tune my Skyline GTR before, and it was kind of a nightmare, and that's because the tuner was just really hard to get a hold of. He's only here for a specific amount of time slot issues. I had to drive an hour and a half there, spend my whole day there. I know, wah. But really, this is way more convenient because, of course, it's going to take longer because you're not going to be able to do it in just one day. You got to work with the tuner. He's going to revise it and send it back to you and whatnot. But 15 minutes a day over 7 days is not bad because you're gonna drive your car regardless, you're gonna rip it regardless. So 15 minutes out of your day is nothing, right? I've also read on forums that there's people living in remote areas who don't have a dyno tuner in a 2-3 hour radius of them. So for them this would really work because all you need is a e-tuner, a data logger, and an internet connection. And in my case, my e-tune was actually more cost effective. I only paid $250 versus $400 or $500 for my Skyline's dyno tune. So I can't say that one's better than the other, but I know that I am lazy, so I guess e-tune, man.
smoother. I know everybody tends to say something like that, but it actually genuinely feels smoother according to my butt dyno. So all that's left to do is to actually do a power pull, and hopefully everything goes well. Especially in this heat, it's about 36 degrees, and running with no AC for maximum power on this run. Alright, so here we go, around the bend, into third gear, let's go. Oh yeah! Woo! Yeah! Especially in this heat, I used to break up, and I used to get a little bit of feedback knock and fine knock, and at 36 degrees in the heat, summertime, full power on that run, and wide open throttle, and nothing, just clean across the board. Absolutely beautiful. Felt amazing.